All right, hello everyone, and peace of the Lord to all of you. Please invite your friends. Next, and you pay. And not only that, he said that the woman, the slave, she have a right. What right? I mean, she's a slave, you stupid idiot. The right to be effed, the right to be beaten, the right to be raped, the right to lose her freedom as a human. And now we will see that even the free Muslim woman, she is a whore. Muhammad, he made every single Muslim woman practice his Quran a whore. Because a Muslim woman who have decency, she have to follow the decency of Muhammad. And the decency of Muhammad is to be a whore. You rent a woman for 5 minutes. You have actually to tell her in this muta for how long you are going to F her. If you say 5 minutes, when the 5 minutes is up, the effing business is up. You have to tell her how much you will pay her before you start effing. She agree, you are good to go. You have to do it in person. You speak to the women, you offer her the money, the women she accept, you are good to go. Those are the pillars of the muta, imagine. They have even pillars for it, the same as pillars for Islam. The time and period mudda, which means you tell the women, I want to F you for 15 minutes. If she say no 10, then you have to negotiate. See, you don't force them, brother. Freedom, freedom. So the women, she have to agree with the term and the condition which you are offering. If you say 2 hours, read with me, I'm not even making things up in front of you. He asked if it's possible to conclude the contact of muta for 1 or 2 hours. He replied, no time limit. From 1 or 2 hours. And they call it marriage. So you see the hypocrisy. He's attacking the West. Oh, hold on. He was defending Taliban. What about you? What do you think about Taliban doing Bazi? As long you are talking about the American, they are teaching the Afghani bad stuff, brother, bad stuff. What they were teaching them, Bazi? Huh? Were Taliban leaders. They bring a child and they force him to dress like a girl, and they put makeup on his eyes and make him a skirt. They're wearing a skirt. And that is supposedly the country who you defend says they are, the Taliban, they are good people. Taliban, what's wrong with people? You have a wrong understanding. You have a propaganda. Bazi. Let me search for it. You can search for it too. There is actually a long documentary by the approval of Taliban. Imagine, they are not even ashamed of it. And this is very popular in many Islamic countries, specifically, most likely, in countries like Afghanistan, Taliban rule, Pakistan, all the religious, and those are leaders. Those are not. They have interview with leaders, boys. And then after they dance for them, they F the boys. They have no shame. This is a boy. They dress him like a girl. And look at the Taliban, brother. Do you see the Taliban? Under the protection of Allah. And those boys are trained to entertain men, and then the men, they will have sex with them. What they will not tell you, that Islamic society is very obsessed with sex. Sex with men, sex with the children, sex with boys. And this guy, he mentioned to the age of Aisha. And he mentioned the age of a children's marriage of a children is in USA. He said in USA there is 500,000 child marriage, which is, number is not really accurate, because they consider child marriage anyone is under the age of 18. But it can be someone is 17, it can be 16, it can be 15, it can be 14, but you will not find somebody marrying 5 years old girl. Look at this. I mean, this is disgusting. Sorry guys, I forgot the video running. I apologize. I was looking for the video of him speaking about Aisha age. And this guy, but let me see if I can find his video about Aisha before we go. I mean, what I will say, I mean, there is endless stories about this person. This person is a joke. Here we go. The marriage of Aisha.
Marriage, because you still have child marriage throughout the Western world, the same as everywhere else. I mean, child marriage is legal in almost half of the states in America. In some states, you need parental consent, and in some states, there's not even a minimum age. It's the same in Europe. So you don't want adults and minors to fornicate with each other, but it's okay if they marry each other. That's your position. I mean, there's been about 500,000 marriages between adults and minors in the United States.
You see, what he don't tell you, that when they say minor marriages, they are not talking about someone is 5 years old. You know, in the West, if we go and check how many cases of rape, you will find that if a man, he took his wife to bed and she is his wife, and he forced her into sex, she make a case against him, case of rape. She's a wife. That is a rape. In Islamic world, who is the woman who dare to say that? Because simply his right to rape her. She is his wife, she's lawful, or even his slave. And he mentioned that you can have sex with a slave, you rape the slave. So those cowards, they count for you. They say, they go on Google, it says, okay, there is, I saw in Google, it says 300,000 minor marriage, but doesn't say you marry 5 years old kid. Aisha, she was 5 years old in your calendar. Sorry, our calendar, 6 years old in your calendar. So you are defending Aisha. What this is called pedophile. This is not a child marriage. There's a huge difference between a child marriage, because usually happen between the children's, like both are underage. He is 17, she is 16, he is 15, she is 14. But your prophet is 54 years old. That is a pedophile. That is a mental illness. When a man desires a child, she cannot perform sex. If we go to the books of hadith, we will find the following. Your prophet, not to mention Bacha Bazi, as you see how decent they are? You know, they are against child marriage. They are effing boys. They are effing boys legally in Afghanistan, brother. If we go and we check, we will find the following. How big the body of Aisha? Let us say she was maybe 5, but she was big. Maybe. You never know. No. The hadith expose Muhammad. She was so little to the point her mother, she was forcing her to eat food to gain weight so she can be ifed. Let us see. Where is the hadith? Here we go. And this is Sahih. What they will say to you, Da'if, brother, is Da'if, and this is Da'if. It is Sahih. Here we go. It's in front of you. Sahih. All right? My mother, Aisha, she said, intended to make me gain weight to send me to the house of the Messenger of Allah, but nothing which she desired benefited me, until she gave me cucumber. Looked like a cucumber was working fine with Aisha. I don't know why. Dangerous. And she gave me cucumber with the fresh dates to eat. Then I gained such weight as she desired. So is Aisha physically Fit for sex? No. Mentally fit for sex? No. Though even she knew what sex is. The girl, she is 6 years old in your calendar, 5 years old in our calendar. So when we talk about child marriage, we're not talking about two children getting married. We are talking about a pervert. He is 54 years old, desiring a child. She is 6 years old in your calendar. That is nothing but pedophile. That's not marriage. When we say marriage, we talk about a man marrying a woman. Jesus said that the man leave his parents and will be united with his women. Women, not a child. So the prophet married her when she was 6 years old, and he did intercourse, which means from 6 to 9, he was putting his dude between her legs. He did not do intercourse because she cannot handle it. She would die. And the Muslims agree there's no limit for the age. Shia and Sunni agree. Actually, Al-Khomeini, he's a Shia, and the Sunni, they say the same, that you can even have sexual relationship with infant. Muhammad himself, he asked for the hand of one of his wives, supposedly, when she was an infant. She was just born. So they try to cover up what is a shame by saying, oh, you are doing that. And let us say, for the sake of argument, there's a filthy people doing that. That will not change the fact that you are filthy too. Is it a valid argument to say that because you are a homo, I can be a homo? Is that a right argument to say because you are a pervert, so I can be a pervert? Is that the right argument to say because you beat your wife, I beat my wife? The Quran legalized beating women, raping boys. In fact, I can show you a reference that you can have sex with your daughter. Not to forget that Muhammad himself, he took his own son's wife, and how he took it. You go and open Al-Qurtubi, Al-Tabari, any book you want. You will find Muhammad, he go to his own son's wife when the husband was out. And then what he do with her? He do flirt with the women. According to the Muslims, he said to her, Subhanallah, Mu'allif al-Qulub, praise be to Allah, the one who flipped my heart for you. Flirting with married women is the morality of Muhammad. And later he forced the son to give his wife to her. In the same book, Al-Qurtubi, it says, the privilege of the Prophet, number 10. If the eyes of the Prophet fall into a woman, her husband must divorce her so the Prophet can F her. Maybe Christian Prince is lying. Christian Prince, do you have a proof? You see, he is schooling the West. He's schooling the West about, like, you West, you disgusting people. You West, you want to see morality? Come see Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. In fact, he have a video of him comparing between Muhammad and Andrew Tate. Shall I play it? Okay. Here, this is the official government website of the Kingdom of Jordan. And now don't tell me you don't accept it. People will laugh at you. So here you will see the privilege of Muhammad. All the privilege is either about sex and money, sex and money, sex and money. But let us go to privilege number 10. Where is the privilege number 10? Number 6, number 10. Number 10 here. Okay, hold on, maybe not number 10. Let us see. Here we go. Let me use Google Translation if you don't mind. It says here, number 10, إذا وقع بصره على امرأة وجب على زوجها طلاقها وحل له نكاحها. So if his eyes fall into a woman, her husband must divorce her immediately so the Prophet can F her. So you are talking about slavery. Are you free in Islam? What does the Prophet like your wife? What if the Prophet, he saw your wife? You have to give your wife to Muhammad so he can F her in front of your eyes. And this guy was talking about right and the right in Islam and etc. But look, this is Muhammad. If his eyes, read carefully, this is Google translation. If his eyes falls on a woman, her husband must divorce her, and she is lawful for him to F her, not to marry her. Must. You see the word must? Hey, Potato Abdul, do you see the word must? This is must, not mustard. This is not ketchup. It's a must. You have to give your wife to the scumbag Muhammad because he is a prophet, brother. And as long as he is a prophet, will you have to make his penis happy? Are you against the will of Allah to make your wife in the bed of Muhammad because he like her? Sure not. Is that the Western civilization teaching that is Joe Biden, he saw your wife, you have to divorce her so he can F her? So he's complaining about the Western civilization when he is a scumbag following a scumbag. His name is Muhammad. And then this guy, he have some, videos about, one video about Andrew Tate. Give me a second. Obviously, he is jealous from Andrew Tate, but he forgot, I don't know, like, I mean, it's very funny. All right. Look what he said about Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate, peace be upon him, he is upsetting this guy. Okay, why? Hold on, let us see.
Room or the car that they're in is filling up with water. That scene is in so many movies. Well, that's the predicament that Andrew Tate's fans are in right now with every successive leak of evidence from the Romanian prosecutor's office. They have attached themselves to this guy, and it's going to be hard to pry themselves loose to avoid drowning in the reality that they've been had. Tate used the so-called lover boy method to lure women to Romania under the pretense of starting a serious relationship with them or even marrying them, only to then trap them into doing webcam porn for him in a strange country with no passports, no contacts, using threats, violence, and psychological abuse to keep them compliant. And he's basically used that same lover boy strategy.
But remember, he is the one who said, which one is better? Slave? He said the slave is better. Those women, nobody touched them. They are web cameras. They are hookers, yes, but they are web camera. Nobody touched them. Nobody effed them. Nobody even have any sexual contact with them. It's just a camera, internet. Except him for sure, maybe his brother too. But look what this is saying. He's saying Andrew Tate is very bad because why? Because he controlled their mind. But isn't it your prophet is the one who says to you what to do? And you control your mind? In different video, he said, people can find it, about the credibility of the West. You trust a politician to make a law for you because you don't know how to think, because you do not know how to decide. You want somebody to decide for you. But isn't it this is you, Muslim, what you do? Isn't it you follow what Muhammad say, even how to clean your ass? So Andrew Tate is a very filthy man, we have to agree. But isn't it what your prophet in the Quran allowed them to do? To do mut'ah? To hire women, to force women into prostitution? There is a video in YouTube in Hatun Tash. You will see 3 Muslims discussing the verse in the Quran, which the one I mentioned, about yes, you can do work as a pimp. It's legal. Now speaking of the lover boy method, If we ask this guy, why Muhammad he have all those women? He was a lover boy. They will say to you, Muhammad he marry women so he can establish himself as a prophet. But this is the whole idea. Andrew Tate, he want to get a benefit from those women. You are saying to me the same. Muhammad, he don't care for those women. He just want to use them to reach a position. Isn't it? This is the lover boy method. Using women for a target have nothing to do with having a family. Does it make a difference really if he married them or not? He can divorce them second day. So Andrew Tate Muhammad, he married Aisha because she is daughter of Abu Bakr. He married the daughter of Omar. He married the daughter of everybody is important. All the men around him who they are important, he married their daughters. Why? So he can strengthen himself by the strong men of Quraysh. So now he is their son-in-law. So Muhammad is doing the lover boy politics. If your daughter, she is my wife, I promise you later you will become a caliphate. And this is exactly what happened. Abu Bakr became a caliphate. Omar became a caliphate. Uthman became a caliphate, etc. So if their daughters, he is the son of law, he got their full support now, and now he is the prophet. It doesn't matter what he do, we support you, because if we don't support you, we don't support our daughter. So Andrew Tate, he do practice abusing women, using women for his agenda. Muhammad, he do the same. It's exactly the same. I don't want to keep you longer because obviously you guys are bored. So I have to finish here. Otherwise, this guy is just an idiot. You know, he's not worth really my time. And I find it very embarrassing actually for me to speak about such a low-class person who keep attacking the West, but he will never dare to go and live in the Middle East or any Islamic countries. In the Middle East, if you speak one word of what you say, you will be dead. So if you are honest for a second, you should appreciate that you live in the West where you can attack the West and you are not arrested. Muhammad, he made it clear that if a man, he attack his ruler by insulting him or speaking against him, the ruler, even if he is unjust, he have the right to whip your back. Let us show you the hadith. Even if the emir, which means the ruler, is filthy, is unjust, you have to obey, even if he beat you, even if he whip you, even if he steal your money. This is what Muhammad said. Read it. Are we making things up? No, we have the reference, and this is Sahih. We can find it in Bukhari, in Muslim, etc. So he said here, you listen to Emir. By the way, doesn't say just listen. He says listen and obey. You see, the translation is false. They took the word obey out. In Arabic, it says tasma wa tutiya. You listen and you obey, not carry out the orders. False translation. Very false, because there's a huge difference. Let us show you another version of the translation, just to show you how Muslims even try to cover their shame. Their prophet is encouraging them to obey unjust man, filthy, who is abusing them. All those hadith here, actually, the same translation. And actually, even with this one, it says, even if he flag your back and took your wealth, you listen and obey. And this guy is speaking about the just and the unjust system in the West, and the just system of Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, Allahu Akbar, and Prophet Muhammad. Do you see the just? So the Prophet, if he see your wife, he take her and he if her. The Caliphate, he can flog your back, snatch your wealth, stealing it, and you have to obey. And this guy is speaking about capitalism and the unjust and how the West are fake, when his Islamic countries is a Bacha Bazi, raping children, not just to anyone, the most corrupt countries in the world. Listen carefully. Which country in Islamic countries is not corrupt? To the bones. Can you name one? Which countries in the Islamic world judges are not corrupt? Police. You can't trust anything there. The police are your enemy, not your protectors. So those people who like their mouth is big and open, they themselves, they will not wish for a second to live in Islamic country. They want to live, enjoy freedom of speech in Western country, which they bite every day. But can they survive what they claim for one day there? No. This person, he will disappear. Actually, this is what happened to him. He went to Dubai, they arrested him right away. He got involved supporting terrorists in Egypt, supporting terrorists in Afghanistan, but he don't dare to say that he support violence. Actually, there's a video of him says, you will not find in my videos one time saying I support violence, which means he don't support us now. Because isn't it your prophet, he said, I been victorious by terror. So are you against terror or with terror? Either you support Muhammad, which means you support terrorism, and Muhammad, he says, he is the first terrorist. How he was victorious? By terror. So are you against terror? That means you are against Islam. Isn't it the Quran mentioned the word terror many times? This is Muhammad saying clearly that his victory had nothing to do with Allah. It was a pure terrorism. I have been helped by terror. When ISIS and Al-Qaeda and Muslim Brotherhood and every scumbag in the world quote terrorism act, they are quoting Muhammad. You will not see them quoting James Bond. They are quoting Prophet. Allah said so. Allah said so. So those people are not worthy really to listen to. But again, if you are a low IQ person who have no education, you are gullible for anyone to fool you and fool you. And the world is full of those people. So people who they are uneducated, stupid, they will see this guy is smart. Oh, look, he is talking right. Look, we have a slavery. I work in Walmart. They pay me $8. Who's forcing you? Don't work in own Walmart. Go. You think in Islamic countries, there's people don't work for Walmart? We just showed you that the emir can snatch even your money without just. And you can't even complain. You can't even go to court. He's the court. All those royal families, who is the one cleaning their dishes? If you go in Islamic countries, actually, it's the biggest collection of slavery in the world. They kidnap children from poor countries just to play in the camel. They want to win the race. They bring a little child. He is 6 years old. They put him in the top of the camel so they can win the race, because the less weight you have in the top of the camel, the faster the camel can run. They bring children from Bangladesh, from Indonesia. They buy them. If we go right now and search for slavery in Mauritania and what they do for them for prostitution or Niger, halal open pimping houses. When Boko Haram kidnap 300, 400 girls, what they do to them? When the Muslims in the Philippines, they kidnap women, what they do to them? So when this person compare between the West and the Muslims world, we have to say that The trash of the West is better than your prophet. You see, when the French and the English, they come to the Middle East, maybe they come for their own power's sake, for their money. They want to take the wealth of those nations. But those nations, what wealth they have at that time, I'm not sure. But I know that the French and the British, they build hospitals, they run trains, and they did print. The first time printing machines came to us, and electricity. The Ottoman, they rule our land for hundreds of years. They kidnap women, they cut our trees, they make our field empty from food. They even steal the chicken. They come to the town. They take all the goats, all the sheep, all the people die. That's it. And not only that, the young men, they ship them. They are even men, human beings. They ship them to go and fight for the Ottoman Empire. And you never see your children again. Never ever you see them. So when they speak about occupation, always occupation is bad. But we have to be honest. We cannot compare between the occupation of the West and the occupation of the scumbag of Muhammad. If you go check in history, how many women been raped in Egypt when the British they came? How many women been raped in Syria and Lebanon, etc. when the French took over? How many women been raped by the Israeli army since they came into a charge of the Holy Land? And now we can ask the same for the Muhammadan. How many women, Muslim, they rape when they take over a town? I don't want to go back on time. Just go on this year, last year, the year before, the year before, the year before it. So when they speak about morality, they are just a bunch of liars, no ethic. They brag about something they don't have. They brag about something they never had. I hope I gave you some conclusion about this idiot, who was obviously just a talker. And in these days, if you are a talker, you will have somebody who listens, because a lot of people, they are just an idiot. They don't have a brain. People are very shallow. Nobody want to use his brain. Nobody want to investigate what a person says. Anything I say to you, go check it out. You see, anything I showed you about Islam, it's in the front of you on the screen. I did not say things without reference and proof. This guy is a talker. Islam has civilization. Where is civilization? We cannot find it. Women wear veil, actually. Do you know why the Muslims, they start forcing women to wear veil? Anyone knows? Who knows why Muslims, they force women to wear veil? Who can help me? Anyone can tell me? What is the reason? I'm not talking about Sauda now. Forget about Sauda. Umar ibn Khattab, he was spying at Sauda when she was doing poo-poo. We know that. But the real reason for the veil to be spread in the time of Muhammad and the caliphate after him, anyone knows? The real reason is that when you see a woman wearing a veil, you don't rape her. She is a free woman. So free women only are allowed to wear a veil. A slave woman, she is a jariya. Jariya means she run in your lap. She is not allowed to cover herself. Umar ibn Khattab, as an example, a woman, she came to serve his guest, and she is a slave, and she covered herself. Umar ibn Khattab, he did beat the hell of her. He said to her, are you trying to act like a free woman? So when women, they go in the street, if they are wearing a veil, that means she is a free Muslim woman. A woman, she is not wearing a veil, that means she is okay to F. That's all. And Umar make it clear that any slave woman she decide to cover herself should be punished. Let me see if I can find the reference in English, maybe. This is Islam. We never say something without proof. Never. Hmm. Uh, I have the hadith in front of me, but I will see if I can find it in English. We cannot find it in English. Let us see then different way. All right. Omar, he saw a woman wearing a veil, so he hit her. There's different hadiths too, speak about how they forced them even to serve food and their breast exposed, totally naked. Totally naked, no clothing. She go serve fruit, food to his guest, and her breast is bouncing. So Omar, and remember, the Muslim, they believe Omar is the most just person after Allah Prophet. And this is Sahih. This is what? This is Sahih. Let me make it, let me zoom out. And he was speaking about slaves, they have right. They don't even have the right to cover their hair or their body. They don't. Even such a thing, a woman, she tried to be decent. She have no right. Omar saw a female slave of ours who was wearing hijab or veil. So he hit her and said, don't imitate free women. Do you see it? Let me give you the link. Who is interested to see the link? To save the link? Maybe you are not. Actually, I can show you hadith. Even a slave woman, even if she is a Muslim, she should pray and her breast is open so the master can enjoy it. She cover only from her belly button down her vagina. Only. Let me shorten this link so I can post it for you. Now I know many people, they are just coming here for la la la. Nobody care, but for those who care to learn. All right. Let me know if the link works, please. And again, open the link with Google Translation so you can get ability to translate if you are using a computer. If the phone, usually, the phone, if you are using Android, right away it's open with Google browser. So what do you think, people? Even covering herself, she have no right. We beat her because simply the veil was to protect the Muslim women who is free from being raped. A Muslim man, he see a woman in the street wearing no veil, that means she is available and she is okay to rape her. She is not a protected species. The link here, by the way, it shows you many hadith about the same story. You see all of those. He asked her, have you been set free? She said, no. He said, what about, what are you wearing? Do you see it, people? Do you see it? A slave woman whom had introduced. This is translation. I'm just using for you Google translation. The link I gave you have all those things. Save them. Those are priceless. So he's asking her, why in the world you are wearing cover? Are you free now? Did they free you? She said, no. What are you doing? This is only for free women. Only. Free women of believers. And then you, if you are a naive, you listen to this guy and he school you about the civilization and amazing law of God. And he said to you, why you want to listen to politicians who they are polluted? Do you need the political to tell you what the law you follow? Here we go. Your prophet, he tell you, you beat your slave if she's wearing hijab. Your prophet tell you even how to wipe your ass, how to shake your penis. If you eat with the right hand, brother, Allah bless you. If you eat with the left hand, shaitan eat with you. If your wife, without saying a prayer, shaitan roamed himself around your penis. So why you are saying to them you should not follow and listen to politician, but you follow for a man? Obviously, he's obviously mentally ill. He make rules of stupidity. The sun set in murky water. The man have a sperm coming from his backbone. If he have orgasm first, the baby will look like you. If you wanna F your wife, you wanna have boys, spank her 7 times and shout you Ali. If you wear yellow shoes, Allah will make your penis strong. If you wear black shoe, I mean Shia and Sunni both, they have the same garbage. The link is not working, guys. Did the link work or not? Did the link I gave you work? Is the link I gave you working, please? If not, I will use different website to shorten it. It's working. Okay. How many of you save it? Save it. For later you might ask me and I will not give it to you. I get really upset when people, they were here, they say to me, where, the link, you mentioned in the live stream, so you were here and I post the link and then you ask me later, so do you think I'm your servant? As you see, this is how filthy this filthy cult is. Filthy. In fact, the word filth cannot describe it. You cannot describe it. Cannot be godly act. They are inhuman, filthy, abusing children, Bacha Bazi, rape is permitted, hatred is their God, beating women. A man, he beat a wife. Let us say, for the sake of argument, your wife, she is a bad woman. Let us say bad. I want to use the word bad. I don't want to say, because this is not the reason, by the way, a Muslim can beat his wife. If he feel that she is not being, like you say to her, bring me some tea, she don't bring it right away, you can beat her. But let us say, for the sake of argument, your wife is bad. Is beating her will solve the problem? No, she would hate you more. she will turn more bad against you. And remember, she is the woman who cook for you. She can put poison of a rat in your food and get rid of you. Oh, my husband have heart attack, especially in the old days. Who knows what happened to the guy? Who knows what happened to the guy? So only stupid people, they make such an act against someone, they eat from his hand or her hand. You know, if you are rude with the waiter or waitress in a restaurant, do you know what he can do? He can piss in your food, literally. He piss in it. And if you have a disease, he spit on it. So beating your wife, the mother of your children, does not fix the problem. She will cheat on you. She will bring you shame. If you are not happy with her, then a Muslim can divorce their wife by text message. Why you want to beat her? Islam is oxymoron religion, if we can call it even religion, only is a certification for someone decide to be a donkey. I cannot find any reason for any human being to be part of such a donkey cult unless he is a donkey. As simple as that. Unless he have a mental illness. Unless he have suffered from mental abuse or even physical abuse. Like this guy, I don't know what his problem. But obviously, he say things have nothing to do with his religion, claiming that his religion is better, when we cannot really compare between his religion and any filthy cult in the world. I want to say thank you for being here, and thank you for not being here. And guys, I think you guys are bored of me. Like today, look, we have only 800, 900 people. So I will give you a few days off. Maybe next time I come here, I will find people waiting. Obviously, you guys are bored, and I don't have, I'm not needed that much. So until I see you, maybe a few days from now, maybe a week, I don't know, we will see. Until I see you then, I say, may the Lord bless us with mercy and knowledge, because knowledge is from His mercy. The Bible says, my people get destroyed because of their ignorance. And yes, number one reason for nations to be destroyed is their ignorance. Not only nation, individuals. Your ignorance is your enemy. You know, when you walk in the darkness, in your home, the place you spend years in it, the second the light is off, you walk, you hit your foot with the chair, you hit your foot with the table, you hit your foot with the bed. Ignorance. What ignorance? You cannot see. You are ignorant about what is surrounding you, just because you lost little light. So imagine you are walking in this earth, and you are walking totally in darkness, and then such a scumbag like this is the one who will teach you good manner. When he is following a filthy prophet, have -1 billion manner. Respect have to be earned, not to be forced. And by the way, he mentioned that one of the good things about Islam that Muslims, they protect each other in jail. My friend, I find that this is very funny, because Muslims in the Middle East, they are a bunch of cowards and they don't protect each other. Don't you know that? When real enemy come to them, they are the first one to run. The Muslim, by the way, they brag about we are aggressive. They are falsely aggressive. Go and see. Go and see. Go and see Hezbollah in Lebanon. Hezbollah is heroes in the front of the Muslim Sunni. Is a chicken in the front of the Christians. Chicken. Do you know what chicken mean? They don't even dare to get close to the Christians. They are chicken in the front of Israel. Saddam Hussein is a hero to attack Kuwait. He is a chicken in front of the American. So they are heroes only if they notice that you are outnumbered, alone, and weak. The second they see you strong, they are literally chicken. And they are for rent, for hire. Like in the hero of Chechnya. This guy is just a dog. Putin, he took his land. The army of the Russian destroyed their cities. They brought a puppy. They made him a president. And now this guy, he goes, he says, Alhamdulillah, Bismillah, la hawla wa la quwwata illa. Supposedly he's a Muslim. But the Quran says clearly, take not Christian Jews as a friends or protectors. This is the Muslims. Who is the one who killed the caliphate? Muslims. Who is the one betrayed them? Muslims. Who is the one who took the hair of the beard of Uthman one by one, torturing him? Muslims. Who is the one who refused to bury Uthman between Muslims in graveyard? Muslims. Who is the one who took him from the grave, threw him in the street? Muslims. Who is the one cut his head? Muslims. Who is the one who killed Ali? Muslims. Who is the one who killed Hussein, Hassan? Muslims. Who is the one killed this and that? Muslims. Who is the one who cooked men and ate them to sleep with the women? The hero of Muslims, Ibn al-Walid. So this is Islam, betrayal religion. A Muslim, don't trust a Muslim. If you go in the Middle East, the Lord is my witness. When I was in school, I go to visit a Muslim, like in my age, I'm a teenage. So I go to his house. His girls, his daughter, sorry, his sisters and his mother, they don't hide. And Muslims, when they sit at home, they wear almost nothing. I mean, I'm shy even to look at them. But the second another student, another boy from our classroom, he come and he look at the door, and he's a Muslim, all the girls, they hide. And then they make tea for us, and they bring to the door, and they knock at the door, and he go and he pick up the tray, and the girls have to hide because there's a Muslim inside. But when I am there, the girls, they sit with me. I talk to them. The mother, she bring me a sandwich. They are being very nice to me because I'm a Christian. A Muslim never trust a Muslim. Never, ever. They trust only Christians. It's a fact. A Muslim, he want to live in a nice area, he go and buy apartment between Christians. He don't trust his kids to go out in the street between Muslims. He trusts his kids to be between Christians. A Muslim want to have a good education for his children. He don't send them to Muslim schools. He send them to Christian schools. If you don't believe me, go check it out with the Middle Eastern. Go check it out and see the truth, my friend. This is how it is. And this guy, do he like to live between Muslims? I challenge him to do so. I challenge him. Go and move to Michigan where there is majority Muslims areas. Let us see if you can live there for a day. And then you will see the fighting and the craziness and the madness and the gossip. And everybody is watching everybody. It's a hell. It's not America. What about the West? The West have bad and have good. You know, we have to be honest. You know, if anyone don't like the West, if you are truthful, then you should not live in it. Is that correct? I came from the Middle East. If the West is bad, then why I'm here? Give me a reason. Only hypocrite, they bash a house and they live in it. Do we agree? If this house is filthy, dirty, and you are a free citizen, you can fly, you have money, go. Just go. Who is holding you? Only hypocrites, they bite the dish they eat from. Only. Am I happy with everything in the West? No. But can I compare between the West and any Islamic countries? No. I mean, the most ugly thing in the West is the best thing in the Middle East. In fact, any Muslim countries is functioning because of non-Muslims. Who is the one who cleaned the streets in Dubai? Who is the one fix the electricity? Who is the one who drive you? Who is the one running the grocery store? Who is the one who do wiring for electric? Who is the one who fix cars? Who is the one who change your tire? Who is the one who do the plumbing? I mean, if we take those people out, you will find that all of them, they are coming from foreign countries. They cannot even run their country. And now because they have their money, their country look fine. You know, high buildings, shiny buildings, everybody wearing nice white clothes, perfume, money, a lot of money. But this is all will disappear. If the money is gone, the street will be disgusting. It will be like a Pakistan. Go to Pakistan. Okay, Pakistan is a Muslim country. Emirat is a book. What is different? The difference is, in Pakistan, they cannot afford it to bring foreigners to clean the street. In Dubai, they can. If you leave the country and tell the people of Dubai to clean the street will be dirty. Not a single person from Dubai or from the Emirat will work as a garbage guy. They are so proud of themselves. Those Arab, brother, they think they are gods. So if you take those people from the Middle East, you know, you will find that they are bankrupt. They are hungry. They can't even make a sandwich. Who is the one who will be taking me from the airport? A Filipino. Okay, you cannot even drive? No, no, no. Why I want to drive? Hey, driver, you know, driver. Who is the one want to cook for us and they bring a girl and then they rape the girl as a maid? Go and see how many Indonesian maid being raped in Saudi Arabia. In fact, a few years ago, and I'm sure Indonesian here they knew, Indonesia stopped sending maids to Saudi Arabia because more than 1,200 Indonesian maids disappeared. Disappeared. Not only rape. I mean, we're not talking about rape no more. We're talking about women disappeared. Nobody can find them. This is Saudi Arabia. Go and see prostitution in Dubai and Emirat, in Kuwait, in Qatar, in Bahrain, in Niger, in Egypt. In Egypt, a woman, she can't even go in the bus. She will have 1,000 men touching her ass before she leave the bus. This is the truth. And you know, before I go, actually, as long we are talking about morality and ethic and etc., you know, beside Bacha Bazi in Pakistan, I mean, maybe in the Arab countries, especially in the Gulf, is better. You never know, you know. We never know, right? But the story is not what they say. The Middle East is a messed up land. They talk about nightclub in the West. Go to Turkey, go to Emirat, go to Bahrain, go to Oman, go to Kuwait. Brother, praise be to Allah. Look at this, brother. Look how beautiful it is. Look what the women, they are shaking it for the sake of Allah. Isn't it, this is beautiful? All, by the way, wearing hijab. But this is from the mercy of Allah. This is a very conservative religion. Look at this. How beautiful. You know, I don't know how I can describe it for you, but it's so beautiful. You know, women shaking their ass in a very sexual way. I mean, I don't know what to show you, but there are some videos actually, they will not be allowed to be seen. Just give me a second. To be sure, we are not showing something very inappropriate. All right, those they look fine. I mean, literally, little bit fine. Yeah. You want somebody in your, look at this, subhanallah, subhanallah. They put their ass up and there's hundreds of men around them and they start shaking and then they sleep in the top of each other and then they start touching each other. They are wearing hijab. This is just, look at this, look at this. They bend over literally and the guy, he come from behind her and he grab her. Look, this woman, she is sitting in the top of the other women. Brother, this is the Islamic society, which is the Muslim. They keep saying it is really so decent, not like the West. Look, the guy here is putting some dollars in the top of her ass. I mean, that is a good business. The ass business. This is the public now. We don't know what will happen after. And the funny is, when you pray in those videos, you will see saying Allah, 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 Allah. You know? Look at this. Allah, 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 Allah. And all of them, look at the Arabian men. Very conservative society. It's very conservative. You don't know. You have no idea what conservative is. Just look, this woman, the camera is just behind her ass. Look at this one. I mean, her ass is up to Allah. This is even how they dance. Is that how women dance? What is this? Women in the top of each other, women kissing each other, the man putting his hand between her legs, the man jumping in the top of her. This is public. This is not like secret. Look, this guy is looking at her ass and praising Allah. And he's saying takbir. So, obviously, Mr. Shahid Bolsen is a bullshit. Literally, is a bullshit guy. He's bullshitting you, speaking about morality of the Islamic countries and how bad Western countries. Now, how many of you will download the video, share it everywhere so we can get them busted? I will leave that for you. So I want to say thank you all for being here and thank you for not coming. And I will give you a few days maybe vacation so you can get rid of me and not being bored, because I noticed we have a drop of number of people watching today for some reason. So obviously today wasn't a good day to go live. Thank you very much. May the Lord bless you. For those who choose to be blind, it's your fault. For those who to be children of light, it's your choice. God is good, so is Jesus. And Muhammad is nothing but a scumbag person. And whoever tries to praise him, he is praising the devil. And we can conquer all their claims about how good he is as easy as 1, 2, 3. This is how easy it is. Thank you. God bless you and see you soon again. Take care.